we do this at the beginning because we hit go live, and sometimes it's 20 seconds behind. So, and I don't know when the hell it's ever going to actually start. And YouTube's actually been getting worse and worse about that. So, no further ado. Let's get it started. All right, what I'm looking for right now is the 30-minute 200. It's extremely in play right now, and it seems to be the best fit line. So I'm going to throw on 30-minute 200 and then make myself small. And remove all this. Maybe. There we go. That's better. Now you can see what the hell I'm doing. That might help, huh? Okay. Come on, buddy. Here we go. So all I'm doing is counting the bullish or bearish points on this line. Now I'm down in the 1 minute. And close. One bear point. Nothing. One bear point. One bear point. So that cancels out. One bull point. Bulls missed their biggest opportunity to score a point. Bulls missed. Yeah, this is... the Bears have a lot more points on that line. That is... I wasn't expecting that. Well, good thing I'm still in my shorts. Let me look at something else. Let's do this. 15 seconds. Let's count these points a little bit more precisely. Honestly, yeah, the Bears are scoring more points. Wow. So the Bulls' intent. Look, it's not. Yeah, it's just blasting through it. So that's the samurai. This isn't going to stay above. As of now, it will not. So it's in order to recruit more buyers. So as of now, direction is down on the micro and on the midterm or short term. So 4-hour charts and lower are all down, including this. I mean, it's just falling with style if you can't get above this 30-minute 200. It's not hard to get above the 30-minute 200. And if it is hard, then that means the Bulls are not in control, no matter what you think. But they're close to being in short-term time frame and micro time frame control. They're very close. They have higher highs. So this took out, look left from the low, 1, 2, 3. That's the same as 3, 4. It took out, that's the same as 4. So it took out 4 local highs. It's going to hit this trend line. So what is going to happen here, since the Bulls are not interested in defending here, they will either take the fight. So the Bulls are they're not picking this line to fight them, right? So imagine two fighters when they agree to fight, like to take down to challenge the like in the UFC, to challenge the current champion. I mean, you gotta work out the details with that person and the management team, right? And you don't have to fight under the same. If you want to, give both of you fighters 2 pounds of extra weight, as long as Dana White's good with that, like you can both weigh in a little heavier 2 months before you can agree to it or something. So you can give a better show for the people without starving yourself and cutting water weight. Something like that. You can agree on the fight. And right now it seems that they're like the Bulls are saying, the Bears would love to fight here because they're winning. Let's fight under our terms. So I don't know. The Bulls could start fighting on their terms, but I really don't see that happening right now, unless you start getting some micro bounces. So what I think is getting ready to happen, if this is going to turn around, it will have to do it within the next 24 hours. If Bitcoin takes out that wick, then it's done. Then it will be, it's gonna start accelerating. 23,375. That might be the daily open. That's a pretty specific area. A lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna mark off the daily open here in a second. A lot of times when you're trying to find micro direction, it's nice to have the daily open. Just be a freaking indicator for that. Nope, it's way up there. Okay. So the day started here. It pumped up to grab more shorts, which was my interpretation during that time. And that was what happens. And so you could see the intent here. Like you can tell looking back with the daily open, that was a fake out. And you couldn't have told until that candle. You know that was not real. Because the people who pushed this up did not even bother defending that daily open line, which at that moment was by far the most important line for all of Bitcoin in that exact moment. There was nothing else more important at that exact moment, in that exact 5, 10, in that 20-minute period. That was by far the most important thing for all bots, all trading Bitcoin. And the bulls both, it looks like this was purposeful. So what happened just before? So here's fake out anatomy. Hit a perfect area down here. Okay, just from my scrolling charts. Yes, remember what I said? It's a weird one. Remember in parentheses, if you saw the scrolling charts, the 12-hour 55, that hit it exactly there. And you can go back to those charts because they're still there, like a live show, right? Go back and rewatch them if you ever wanted. Damn, I don't change. Come on, Tim. Oh, I put it way up here. She should be right there. Where is you? Where are you? Up. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Ooh, it also hit this channel. Where are you? 12 hours 55. I'm wrong. Oh, it hit it here. So sorry. Gonna say I know it hit it. Yeah, right there. That is what I was pointing to on my chart. But it's honestly, the reason why I put in parentheses it's a weird one, because I wasn't for sure why. Like, that's not a common one to attract price, but it's because there is a midterm time frame horizontal there. It just happened to be there. And that's why I put it's a weird one, because I don't think that's actually what bots were looking for, but it happened to be represented. And I could just see left that the price is going there. I could just tell because of the trend. So from yesterday, things actually might be turning around, but from the open, the anatomy of a fake out is this. Remember what I say about closures being inferior to micro candle ricochets, which is why I made video number 8. And if you have not watched that, I recently just posted it, folks on here, like on the YouTube tiers. You really should watch that video because it's coming in play right now. Like this is exactly what we're doing from that number 8 tutorial video. And Cryptillion tutorials, it looks like that. It looks like a bullet with glass breaking and a candle. This is tutorial number 8, and it's in the post. It's posted. All right, if you're not in the Discord community, it's still. I posted it for. All right, for Cryptillions only. So the intent here was to close the day here purposely, right? A lot of bear stuff. Okay, well, how much time do we have to create a fake out? We have 4 hours. Okay, last 4 hours of the day. Let's bring it up to an exact level. until the day opens. Okay, the day opened exactly where that line starts, which is kind of nice that it does that. The day started on that 5-minute candle. Yep, on that candle. Ran it up into the shorts. Did not even care to defend. Confirmed that we're bearish. So I don't know why bulls would want to step back in more than anything more than that. I don't see it happening. I don't think price is getting. Just now the intent might change because the PMI, the politicians with their hedge fund buddies, they know the numbers already because they're all connected. That's why all the politicians are millionaires, besides maybe one or two. They have the inside stuff. So what could happen in terms of the change here out of nowhere, at the beginning of the day, the intent was down. But now that the big money, smart money knows the numbers, honestly, I would guess they're going to be negative because I think they're going to try to run it the other way, just like what happened here. I think they know the numbers. They're going to bring it up to a specific, and honestly, Bitcoin will probably go right up to my line, my alert line, when I start considering closing all my shorts, taking profit. Well, I already have my stops in profit, right? I think. So if I get stopped out, I'll have a profit of $4, which will more than cover fees. If I get stopped out, I have profit of $5 more than covers. So I'm an all risk-free trade. Yep, all risk. So the best type of stop, the best stops in the world are ones in profit, no matter what. Those are the best stops. And why can't you see all this on my screen? No, I moved the wrong thing. There we go. Yeah, looks good. And so that's my line for that. And honestly, shit. So what this is saying is, if it can get, yeah, actually the daily open is going to be targeted. Okay, so the daily open, that's right. And its forms a triangle. So screw. I'll keep mine. So that orange line is just some alert. It's not TA. Or I guess it's technically. And that's the daily open. So if something's going to change, it has to start changing at that line. So anything below 23 or 23,638, it's falling with style and it's within the fake out territory. Like I don't see anything on the 1 hour changing until this level is used as support. Now, is the 5 minute and 1 minute changing? Hell yeah, it's in an uptrend. Just took out 4 local highs. But will that translate into enough bullish power to get the 1 hour and 4 hour traders along with you? I'm kind of doubting it. But I could see it in form of the PMI stuff coming out pretty negative. It blasts up and then comes down. By 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, comes back to where it started. And then the next day it pops up one more time to add to shorts before they send it down. Maybe on Friday, actually. I think Friday's going to be a nasty. Friday actually might be. Would be my guess. But let's go look at traditional markets real quick. Oh, we were just talking about this line to. Good. So it did hit it right away. Faster than I thought. From the VIP call. Or no, the Cryptillion call. Right before here. All right. Now we got US 500. That's actually a pretty good reaction. No wonder. So Bitcoin didn't go up by itself. This brought up Bitcoin. That's cheap. Why do I have a purple line? The daily 80. Actually, hold on. Wait, I did not know the daily 89. Holy shit. Good thing I accidentally just did that. That is what the... Thank you. Let's take off everything. No freaking way. This is saying... That's from a few days ago. Okay. That's an origin line. Ah, shit. The Bears just scored all the points on that line. Damn. It looks pretty bearish. I need to look at the history on this. I have a guess from December 27th on there. The reason I do that is because I like to see it. I like to test my own TA, actually. I don't know if it's good or bad. We might look how good it was or not. Sometimes they're awful. Don't let me forget about that, because that would be kind of fun. But it helps you when you do a TA for a week and you just all set it in a folder. Like, you'll find it months later and be able to go back to it because it'll start flashing on your chart, obviously. Like, you'll see something flash over to the left somewhere. Right there. So it didn't go down. Actually, let's go look at it real fast. I'm surprised it did. Wow, what did it find there? It found footing on something. There are no bullish points there. Friday, January 6th. That's why. Okay. All right, that makes sense. I was going to say that wasn't supposed to happen. It had to have been an event driven, and it was. Yeah, those unemployment numbers. Okay, interesting. So it was a reaction off of this, which means that whole thing was bait. It was. So I got baited. Oh, see, this is why I do that, because I was dead wrong, and now I'm realizing I fell for a trap. Now, did I lose money because of it? I can't remember. That's what stops are for. I got baited. What did I miss? Yeah, I missed something easy. Look at the ultimate low. Do a 45-degree angle. And if it goes under any line, even an origin line, as long as it holds that as support, it's still kind of okay. Because it's so close. And when price sees something in proximity to something that should be support, particularly support or resistance, it could be going up like this. See, the red was, from this, the red was a little above this origin line. But if this horizontal weren't here, I don't think that wick would have gone as high. This is super close though. Like, even being farther away, see that separation? So whenever you see key things like that, either on support or resistance, price will go touch the farther one away, no matter what. Or within a certain distance. So for altcoins, it's typically within 4%. Bitcoin is within 1.25 or 1. Bitcoin will just always hit the farther one away, no matter what. And then it will react. It's every time, like almost 100%. If they're A in the correct proximity. Bitcoin 1.25, Ethereum about 1.75 or 2%, somewhere around that. That's when it is not such a good ratio, like closer to 100%. And then altcoins, I find it's within 3 to 4%. It'll still just wick and hit the farther one away and then close the candle body at the closer one. So that is what's happening, or what happened on that higher low, but with the 45-degree angle. So, and look left, did it hit level out? So you draw the rough 45-degree angle, but I kind of retrofitted it. I had to be biased because I can see it, so I need to make sure I wasn't being biased. I would have done it right. I would have done my horizontal from there to there. Yeah, that's how I would have done it. So let's see how well that would have worked. Oh, yeah. That would have worked pretty well. So that's what I didn't do. And so had I done that, I would not have been baited. I would have known to wait before I made that my TA. So I can delete that now. But just so you know, I mean, I go over shit when I'm wrong too. And you learn actually I learn more. You learn more when you're wrong. Why do you think I'm right so much? Because I've been wrong so much first. That's really it. And I do what I just did. Okay, so I challenge you to learn how to use folders. I teach you how to do that in the video, how to set up a chart, which I think I just made not available to the public. So I will have to actually post that to the community. I thought about that. All right, so let me see price history on this line now that I'm done figuring out how horribly wrong I was on that and why I was so wrong. Okay. This line is a big deal. The stock market freaking loves this line. Wow. Where's the weekly 10? Or that's the daily 21. Let's look at that. Okay. Oh, because it's the weekly 21. I didn't know that. Why did I know this? We were just talking about this in a VIP call. Make a cheat sheet so we know which EMAs are mathematically identical. Kind of like I use the 1 hour 504 to be exactly the daily 21, but it's more precise and smoother. And that only works doing this on an asset that trades 24/7, 365. It never shuts off. The stock market, you can't do this. Okay, that's why the daily 89 is working so well. And it's smoother than the weekly 21, obviously, because it's a smaller time frame. See how that one's choppy? Here. So the reason I smooth things out with lower time frames, but I make the number bigger, like 504, that's why. Precision. Because it only calculates the closures. So you're getting the stepping ladder on the closures of every 21 days, or no, 21 weeks. Or no, every week, so sorry. Yeah, every 21 weeks it makes a tick. That would be the 21 week. But Bitcoin's not old enough to have something like that. Okay, now I understand. So this asset, oh, the reason I didn't know this because it's not true on Bitcoin. Dirt. I'm just over here being retarded. And sorry for anybody. That's a sensitive word. I probably should use a different word. I apologize. Okay. But still, I'm being stupid. Okay. Hold on. Now I'm friggin' curious. The daily 89 on an asset that trades 23.5 and closes on about 12 holidays. 89, the daily 89 is the same as the week. Why? It's so weird. Okay, now let's see what it is on here. I don't think it's, I'm almost certain it's not the same. Weekly 21. Nope, it's not even close. Okay. It's kind of close, but it isn't. Interesting how that works. Huh. No wonder I didn't know. Okay, because I wasn't supposed to know. It's not true. All right. So US 500. This might be the best line in all of traditional markets. Oh my gosh. So this is why the daily 89 is like the master bear market rally line, because it is the weekly 21. Oh, I wish I would have known this earlier. Okay, so if you are looking at the stock market on the futures specifically, so what we're doing now is the US 500 Pepperstone specifically, as you can see, kind of up, well, you can see it in the top left up here. It says Pepperstone. I know it's small if you're on your phone. This, the math won't be the same on spot. It'll be a little off. But on a 23.5 asset, 89 is the weekly 21. That's weird. But again, that won't work on the same chart, but of spot, which is, let's just call it SPX. Don't think it'll work. Shouldn't. Mathematically, it's impossible. But I'm just, like I said, I'm being stupid right now. So let's test out the theory. It's pretty damn close. It's not quite as close, but it's technically the same. So it does work on this. I was wrong. Man, wrong twice within 5 minutes. Right? Technically, I was wrong back in December. But, I mean, I didn't know it till now, so same thing. All right, now let's zoom in on this bad boy. So this line's a big deal. You need this on your chart for traditional markets. Like this is the line right now. Everything is, honestly, Bitcoin. So we already can see that Bitcoin only went up today in this move because of this. Bitcoin moves with the US 500, period. And so does NASDAQ. But who just scored points here? Okay, now going into that number 8 tutorial, go to the 3-minute. How many points did both score? Because this next candle did this, I'm not going to count that as a point on the 3-minute, but on the 15-second, that probably actually would have been. Well, screw it. Let's go to the 15-second. All right, that's a weak ricochet. 1 point for the Bears. Samurai, nothing. Flat, nothing. 1 point for the Bears. That's a trampoline. Fat man on the trampoline. You got to watch the video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Batman, Samurai. You got to watch the video, and I promise you, it will be a good one. It might be too much, and it might be like you have to watch it twice, but whatever. That's a point for the Bulls. They scored 2. But then they gave it right. They passed. They turned the ball over, and then the Bears just freaking scored a touchdown. This is going down. What could change that? It's gonna have to come. So I'm shorting. I'm adding to my shorts right now. It's getting ready to drop now. I don't trade those shit coins. Algo doesn't have good liquidity, but it's always treated me well. Or like, whichever bots are dealing with Algorand, they don't piss around too much. But there isn't much liquidity either, which honestly means if you got a group together, you could control price of Algo within about 3 or 4%. Huh. Algo could be my next BEPRO, but on futures. Interesting. But yeah, I'm not going to play. Not enough liquidity right now. Alice, don't trade Alice in a bear market on futures. It's a waste of your time because you won't win no matter what you do. All right, so when I hit it hard like that, always. So, okay, actually, let me show you what I just did. I didn't break a rule. I only hit it half with a half. Well, actually, half of my remaining amount, which was only $200. My other position sizes are $300 raw dollars. So I hit it with a quarter. So I just entered with a quarter of my average position for the size of account, which should be back over 1,000 now. Yeah, I'm back over 1,000. Perfect. Okay, actually, I'm right at my all-time high, and it's getting ready to pass it. Yeah, all right. Since I put in, what, 820? 840. 844, 845 is where I started. All right, perfect. And that was about 3 weeks ago, so slowly climbing, right? On a percentage basis, that's still like 23% in a month. It's honestly not bad. It's not impressive, but it's not bad. If your 401k did every month 23%, you would be a millionaire. So like after just a few years. But when I hit something market, all right, I've gotten in the habit of doing 2 things to protect myself from being greedy. Because I'm a crypto crackhead by heart. I'm a spaz. I probably will never change. I've tried. but it's not going to happen. So I essentially build fences for myself. I cage myself. That is a good way to put it. Yeah. Instead of tricking yourself, you have to restrain yourself. Interesting. Yes, that is what I'm doing. And so the way I restrain myself is I have a universal rule. And I remember, here, let me make myself big. This is very important. If you keep messing up in the charts in a way that you know what you're doing, and as you did it, you knew it was wrong, but you keep doing it. If you hit buy and sell on average more than 5 times a week, you know exactly what I'm saying. All right. Even if it's not currently what you're doing, you've done it. If you buy and sell with any type of frequency. So when I race into a trade, I've noticed that over the years, I lose more money doing it. But at the exact moment, my brain doesn't remember it. No matter what. Even though after I take my loss, I'm like, damn it, I did that last week. Like I told myself, right? I wouldn't charge in, hitting with a full position, on market, buy or sell, doesn't matter. So I have a universal rule that no matter what, even if it's FOMC or I have maybe minus one I'm about to say. If a Bitcoin whale called me, say, Tim, I'm about ready to sell, then I would do it. Like Richard Hart, he could move Bitcoin 10% easily. He might not have his Bitcoin anymore. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he has a lot of it still. He might actually have more because all the Hex people got him more Bitcoin. And now he's walking around with Gucci shopping bags after. I think it's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, he probably has more Bitcoin now because of Hex. I don't know if that's true though, but if I were him, I don't know what I would do. Anyway, so unless a Bitcoin whale who I know can tank price, like to a significant degree, calls me and said, I'm getting ready to sell, then I could hit market sell for a full position. But I've made a pact. So my cage is I promised myself, handshake agreement. Don't break a promise to yourself. Like that's a powerful statement. It really is. And once you can get to there for rule breakers like me, so for other people, if you were previous military or a finance person who worked within cyclical finance, right? Not finance as in you do creative stuff differently every month or whatever, right? Maybe you're an SAP, what is it called? Database architect, but you only support a large finance group as opposed to IT. Like you're the IT, like head of finance, something like that. That would be a non-cyclical job, different every 3 months or whatever. But so military or finance people with cyclical finance, you're good at following rules by nature. Especially if you've been in the military for more than a year and didn't burn out, or you've been in cyclical finance for more than 1 year and didn't burn out. There are a lot of new people who take a finance job after getting the degree and say, fuck this. Like, why did I choose this degree? Yeah, my smartest cousin, she did exactly that. Now she's a hippie who followed the Grateful Dead. She reads tarot cards. She's a straight out up hippie. I don't even know if she's in California right now. She was in Lake Tahoe. Told her, F you, that's where I want my, if I ever get a second house, which my current house isn't a mansion by any means, it's just anyway, like that's where I'd want to go. I was pretty pissed. But anyway, getting off track. Okay, so unless you're a military person or a finance person, something to that effect, where by nature you follow rules, you need that statement is very powerful, making a pact for yourself. I'm a rule breaker. Okay, hopefully, like any cops, like you're gonna get ready to bite your lip. But at nighttime in the country at a stoplight, I don't stop if there's no one there because I can see headlights from a mile away, and if I have a red light, there isn't a car within a mile proximity. I'll slow down, but I'm not stopping. Right? I don't. And because there's literally no reason. In the daytime, I don't do that because it's harder to see vehicles, right? But none of this is you don't have to make packs for yourself, because the way you see it is, duh, like you have the rule book here. Why don't I just follow it to make money? That's okay, but that's not how my brain works. I want to do everything better, and I think I'm smarter than everybody or whatever. And so I want to reinvent the wheel, or at least I did in 2018, 2019, and half of 2020. Or no, yeah, the first half of 2020. And then I started realizing, wait, I have to follow rules if I want to not burn myself out and just always lose money. Like, damn, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And so my way around it is I cage myself because I'm a spaz. And so one way is I make a promise with myself that now we're getting back to where I finally started in my whole ADHD thought process. When I hit market, I can never hit more than half of an average position for whatever is my average position at that moment. So when I was playing with had 24K in there because I was trying to take it to 100 before I slaughtered it down to like 14.5 and then took 10K and no. The 14.8 took out 10K and left it with my original amount. But I would still, my average position was probably closer to at the end about 3,200. So at that point with a larger account, my average, position size was 3,200. So I would have the ability to market sell or market buy 1,600 raw dollars before leverage, right? So this multiplies, or it's just half is half of whatever your average position size is for that week or whatever. So I made a promise to myself I won't do that. But plus, what I do when I hit it hard is I set a tight stop. So whenever I do that, I realize that, hey, the only way that those types of entries work is if you get it at the exact moment it's getting ready to spill. Because that's why market sold. It looks like it's going now. So if it doesn't go now, then what's more likely? Oh, it's going to bounce. Because I shorted because it was at a very obvious level to accelerate where buyers flip to sellers. But if that flip never happens, then the sellers will flip to buyers. So obviously, I want a tight stop if I market hard. Duh. All right, it just became obvious. And the way I said it, actually, it sounded even more obvious than the way I had my aha moment. So I think I just communicated that to you even better than how I finally realized it myself. So now I have set my stop. Okay, all right. Well, it's really convenient. I always like to start with the 1 hour candles just to see if I can. So I have a couple levels here. I have the candle bot of the previous candle. So here, let me see the arrow. Yes. This candle, the green candle, can't see. Green candle body. Candle body here, wick there. It's a little hard to see of that green candle. And so I'll mark those off. And then I'm going to zoom in on the small candles and see what that means with higher highs and higher lows, or even a percentage basis, because it's possible they're both too far away to set a stop, right? No way, I can't use the 1 hour. But I like to start, it's kind of like starting with your TA with the weekly in mind before you zoom in. So yeah, that makes sense. I can hide it. I'll hide it right in the middle, screw it. 12,475. I will lose $2 because I hit market. It'll probably be $2.25, $2.25. So I got to F around, but if I find out, I don't have to find out that hard. I like that. Usually, if you F around really hard, you're going to find out hard. But here, I'm going to F around moderately hard, and I'm not going to find out hard at all. This is the find out. I'm only paying $2.25 to find out if that's a good trade. That's pretty good. So those momentum plays, I don't like them. I don't like trading like this. I haven't found out a way to do it well. I know there's a way, and I'm trying to figure it out because I would love to be able to trade breakouts. I just don't know how to do it. And yeah, so whenever I say something like that, I don't like breakout trades, that doesn't mean you don't have to like it. If it works, if it jives with your brain, you do it. So that's the second rule I do. And so that should apply to you if you're trying to buy and sell more and, learn how to do this slowly. Don't ever try to think you're going to make money immediately if you're learning how to trade. That's how you lose it all. But it's golf. You have to practice. You got to pay to practice. And so I'm not in a bad scenario. Pay $2.25 to find out. And I get to F around moderately hard because I hit it hard. Like I hit it with a quarter position. And I don't like to do that. I actually don't like to market at all. And I'm going to make a quick video on tricks on how to get stopped out less. But it's the same thing. If you get stopped out less, even better than my previous suggestions, we'll start entering where you would have put your stops, right? Like actually do your trade, set your stops, then delete it, and then enter there, and then set your stops lower. Like that's, but if you will, by definition, get stopped out less. You will. Especially if you know you barely get stopped out a lot. Well, actually, there is one exception to that. If you're trading too small of an alt without any liquidity, it doesn't matter what you do. You'll always get stopped out like Alice. Like it will go get your stops no matter what. Even if it's 13% away, it will go get them because it's not real price. It's just bots moving it to go tack your money. All right. I think I'm good there. Yeah, I can walk away. I'm safe. $2.25. I'm fine. Let's go answer questions. Nothing's changed on Bitcoin before I do questions. Bear Bulls might be scoring some points. That is a ricochet. That is a perfect 2 points. So Bulls are starting to tally up here. Is this the right EMA? What EMA is this? I actually... Where is this stuff? Here's the daily open. Ah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Light and audit are... But there's one more trick about not getting stopped out as much. That is better than my previous suggestion, my quick tip. I'm just trying to figure out, should I take profit and just look to re-enter later? But honestly, the Bulls just gave up their point. It's like a turnover. It's like they have the ball, they're dribbling down the court, and they just... Oh, nope, you got your 45-degree angle at horizontal. So it can stop. Yeah, so it still has permission to actually, this could be bullish. All right, so this is exactly where the Bulls have to step back in. And if they do, this could start changing up to the hour chart even. And this would be Batman from that video. So look how low Batman is. Batman's pretty low there, actually. That could do. No, it'll recruit too many sellers if it does that. So it can't go down that. I think it has to stop. Yeah, I think the Bulls are going to start trying to take it now. So it's going to be really interesting. So this is where they took the fight. So this will be a fight right here. This will be interesting to watch. And I want to see it interact with this line. Because the decision made right now on the 15-second chart, it's going to have consequences through all the weekend. That's why I'm focused on that tiny time frames. Now, there are moments where focusing on tiny time frames are kind of pointless because you are in a, just like the most beautiful 1 hour downtrend, after a very beautiful uptrend, and you have a long way to pull back or something. And then you just know, okay, we don't need to zoom in until the target's hit or something. But right now, we don't know what our target is for next month or next week. And I think I think honestly it can be decided in this next few minutes. This is the chance right here. Let's just set an alert so I don't have to stare at it. All right, that quick trick, I call it throttling, or I'm going to call it throttling. So whenever, let's just act like I'm going to do it now, actually. Well, I don't want to do it on Atom because I marketed so I need to pick a different asset. I'm only 8% up on Matic. Okay, perfect. Okay, so on Matic, let's say that, again, my intent here is how can I get stopped out less? And here is an answer. let's say I wanted to market sell, or just like I need to get into a position now, right? And so instead of hitting that market button and hitting it hard and setting a tight stop, I'll just know, don't hit it too hard, but just realize it could turn around right now. So if I do that, is the current candle, no matter what time frame, is it red? No. So the momentum is not down. So I don't need to market sell. Don't. Why pay more money to enter? Don't. Just. So I throttle myself by then I usually pick the top number and work my way down, usually. And I try to make these worth one lot. But if one lot is worth less than $1, then I make each lot worth about $1. Almost exactly. Like on OP, I think 7 lots equaled like $1.02, with 2 cents, something like that. I like it. So this is a little too big. Matic? Huh, I wonder why one lot is like that. All right, so instead of just market selling, since it's the green candle, I can throttle myself. So if it's a red candle, I would market then set a stop, right? If I thought now's the moment. But if I also think now's the moment, but I see a green candle, I'll throttle myself. And sometimes I'll hit market a little bit, but instead of hitting market all I want, I'll hit that top number on the order book. So it's only like 6 or 7 deep. I'll make it about worth $1 order. And so what happens here is, as a spaz, you have to realize your brain is like, it's just doing stuff on its own without you wanting it. And if you just feed it its dopamine by hitting all the, like, look, I'm clicking sell. How many times did I just click sell? A lot. And so now, but I didn't enter anymore. And if it keeps going up, I'm entering up higher, better, right? Or if I'm wrong, I get stopped out at the same level, but I take less of a loss because my entry was closer to the stop, right? Not farther away because I market bot. So when I do this, sometimes when I feel in a hurry, if momentum is not in the way that will get me profit on that exact candle, and sometimes even if it is, I'll still do this actually. Sometimes I do this regardless. Even if it does look like it's going to tank, I'll still like go for the backfill or something. I will just ladder up. And then after it hits this a few times and I feel, so watch out, see how that number turned bright? See, that's bright. That means because it's my order's included at least in there. Sometimes it just is your order. And look at all this dopamine my crypto crackhead brain is getting. Look how many times I just clicked sell and clicking around and doing shit in the charts. How much money am I exposing myself to? I don't know, how many orders? 12? So about $50. Instead of hitting market sell for 300. I just hit sell and just did a bunch of shit to make my brain happy so I don't overtrade and like enter a position too much. My brain just said, hell yeah, we're even better off only with $50 than it would have been hitting market sell with 300. Like, we're more satisfied. And I say we because when you're trading, you are two people. Like, you have a trading you because you're it's like a drunk. Yeah, it's kind of like drunk you versus you because it is an intoxication. Like, it really is. You're getting intoxicated no matter what you're doing. So a lot of the cage stuff is technically, in this horrible analogy, it's kind of like learning how to drive drunk safely. That's roughly what it is, because you are intoxicated when you do this, regardless of what you think, to some degree. Perhaps unless you're previous military or cyclical finance, then this is just like, hey, it's rules. All right, let's go. We love rules. I'm actually kind of jealous of people like that. They should be able to like mop the floors with me if you can just follow rules. That's all you have to do. All right. And that was my trick. So now I have to set my stop. How far am I in? What is this? Systematic? Oh, I'm just adding to a position. Okay, that's nothing. All right. Well, now it's red. All right, so let's go look at Bitcoin. Uh-oh, it fell off. Now I'll hit it. So now I do have to set it tight. So I just did both now. I think because I'm thinking this is the deciding moment for Bitcoin. Oh, it's still on that trend line. No, it's no, no, that's it. All right, perfect. But now I'll have to put my stop just above some of those orders. So open orders. And now these open orders, I'm going to leave them. Why? Because, so in this case, when I flipped what I'm doing, I'm still going to leave those there because they're actually like pawns. Like in chess, pawns. Pawns are so powerful because they're not powerful. Like that's exactly what makes them powerful, particularly in the beginning and actually in game. Or no, in the beginning game, that's what makes them powerful. Because you can't be blocking people and setting up a wall with your queen because it's gonna go bye-bye. It's not a wall. And so these are like your pawns. You're guarding your shit. You're guarding your king, and your stop is your king. Because the bots who are pissing around with other people's money, if they see what you're doing, they're like, wait, we don't want him to add to his shorts before we, as we run it up to kick other people out before we tank it. So we're not going to touch those. And it actually kind of helps like as a weight to try to push price down. Now, can these tiny ass orders actually do that on Matic? Probably not. But if I did this on futures of something that isn't really traded by humans at all, like Alice or something, and now on spot it's probably traded by humans, but on futures is not. Like weird crap can happen, and this, maybe this won't work because it doesn't matter what you do, like you won't win. And on some coins that are so unknown to large money, like BEPRO, if you found a place that you can trade BEPRO on futures, which I think KuCoin allows you now, there won't be big players in it. So it's low liquidity, relatively low liquidity, and no big players. So you're not going to get those stupid fake outs unless it's the exchange itself. And then these pawns actually can push price down. Like orders of just even $50, it can make the bots like you can weigh it down. You can price will, if you're trying to short above current price and you keep putting order and order and order, it's like adding weight to somebody's shoulders. It can act like that. Now the way I often use it is I attempt to actually create orders the other way, to create momentum, to create real orders so that the bots do try to get them before going back down. So you can use this both ways, but as of now, I'm going to need to set my stop first off. And all my orders have been taken, which means I need to be stopped out very soon. So if I set let me go to the 1 hour chart. I'm going to look left to the previous 1 or 2 candles. Honestly, if it gets above here, it's going up. So I'm going to be out there, even if it looks too tight on the other charts. But if it goes above here, it will go up. Which is now. So I'm going to mark it out. There we go. It might just go back down now, but I don't care. That was my plan. I said I had. So if that frustrates me, if I get out and it goes down, well, what does that mean? Then don't enter that way. That's the price you pay. But every type of entry will have some situation like that. Like it doesn't matter what you do. There's no perfect entry. And that's also why I don't like hitting market sell real hard, because I don't know. This seems to happen to me too much, and I haven't figured out a strategy to hit things hard and set tight stops with momentum plays, essentially. I would probably need some other indicators to do. That's probably what I need. To trade that way, I'd probably need volume and like the money flow. I'd probably need money flow to see that. But my current trading style, I don't need to see the instant of money flow, because I can already see it coming by the candles and the lines. At that exact instant, that honestly might be what it is. All right, so questions. $21.6 is my target, Papa Long Ball, so I would say extremely high. Now, I assume your question is before new local highs are made, so above 25K, what are the chances of 21,600? I would say right now 65%. There's a tradable edge. Not huge, but it's tradable, and I'm trading it. I mean, here we go. But now these were at 20% trades each, so things are turning around a little bit, but I might have been setting orders on Matic instead of Atom. I think I was. Oh, I'm just entering more. Yeah, I did. I'm just entering more. Interesting. Oh, it was a good time to do it. Okay. Yeah, that would be my answer. I think it's well over 50% chance that 21.6 is hit. What is that? Before new local highs are made above 25K. So Ross, it's when Bitcoin goes sideways ish, some alts start going up. So it's only when Bitcoin really breaks a horizontal, that's when all alts besides a very, very, very small handful will go down. But right now, Bitcoin's not really dropping a whole lot, and the stock market had a fake bounce, so alts can absolutely go up. You don't have to be bearish on all alts. Quant, for example, I would actually prefer to long it within the next 8 hours. Damn it. Oh, bulls. So they did hold this line. Come on, just let it go down. You sons of bitches. So they did buy exactly right there. I wanted it to go down. I did not see that happening. This looked really compelling. So that looks like a baby fake. That's a baby fake out to this. So, or maybe this is just a fight. I think we're actually seeing a fight go down right here. Why it won't let me drag that up? Interesting. We're buying here? All right, now we're getting close to Batman. The new Batman is here now. Now if it goes below there, it will fall. Okay, let's settle right there too. It's just going to hang out here. I think this is actually a battle. Which happens less often. Because I think the majority of it is it's a play more than anything. And you just have to know Shakespeare instead of physics, essentially. Just give up, bulls. I don't want to stare at the chart anymore. Come on, get out of this. How big of a range? Okay, yes. 0.02 of 1%. Let's go. We can definitely get out of this, okay? Like, we can do this now. All right, so I have my alert set. All right, I'm going to stop staring at it. Phantom. No, I'm not going to record this for YouTube. The last time I did, I didn't even upload them. Try to stick closer to my guns that I'm not going to make all those public videos. Okay, so what was your question? So you have to be on a bigger time frame than me. It already retested that channel, so that's done. No, I think it's just in a downward channel. It had an attempt to make a higher low, which it didn't. So you were on lower high warning, not lower high watch. So because this move closed below 1, 2 local lows, it's a near guarantee, but it's never a guarantee. But it's an extremely probable thing that it'll be a 45-degree angle to a horizontal. That's exactly where you short every single time. Trend is broken, then you're on the warning. Literally 45 straight over, you short there. It's the same thing every time on different time frames. But on this time frame, even though it looks the same on the 15-second chart, you would have been waiting 3 days for all that to happen instead of like an hour or 30 minutes. Okay, so Bitcoin just broke a level and it's down. Good. Okay, so now I can stop staring at that. This was the channel. It already tested the channel. So now it's doing something on a bigger time frame. This channel is now irrelevant because it's already been retested. So you honestly don't even need this here. That daily 89 looks nice though. You know what I might start doing? Every live show, I force myself to keep on a different, like, new EMA that I haven't been staring at for a while. This is crazy. It looks like that's where it's going. I mean, I don't think it's broken out of anything. I already have a marker there, so shit. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to here. And again, I think your brain was formatted to a higher time frame, but to be specific, I think it has 5 more days of downside. Because this average slope, now you gotta get down to get up. If you do a little mini flash crash and bounce, well then you can get it over with in an hour. You just need to trigger algos to say, hey, we hit this and we saw green volume. That's it. And then you recruit those algos to buy with you, so your trade goes better. Like, people are buying the same direction. You don't have to expose yourself to as much money to market through the order book. So it doesn't have to be 5 days if it goes down faster, but it looks like it's going to be in a downtrend, and it could be a lot longer than that too, because this might be the actual thing that happens. So I'll leave that there to see if that's what's getting ready to happen. And before I finalize it, I want to look left. I don't like my answer anymore. Oh, I don't know which one it's going to do. It will go down more, but no, because if people are long in there, they're going to want to take them out. All right, now it is going to hit that. I think this is right. It does have a chance, though. It does have a chance to stop here. And then essentially the triangle just gets smaller. But I don't see any long trade unless there's a tradable bounce within the triangle, which is possible. Sometimes this is like 14%. I don't know. Fuck it. Okay, well, shit. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think it's going to break out, but if this sticks a higher low on the 4 hour, so if it could start sticking higher lows here, that's a 4 hour higher low. So yeah, actually, I would actually be interested in, Bitcoin goes up. I would come here to long. even better than Quant. This is a fantastic setup for if Bitcoin can get back above there. So if this was a baby fake out and it really does get back, that would probably be the best setup that you could find. That's beautiful. So yes, but not for the reason you said. How about that? It is a really good setup. But Bitcoin has to get back above here. There's no reason to enter longs, in my opinion. Now, they can go up, but why would you set yourself up for this? Because this is a potential, like, big horizontal. Like, or actually it's down here lower. This is the big horizontal. But it's right there. Yeah, if Bitcoin can just go like this, Phantom would probably be a good long, but if you don't know, just wait until it gets here. Like, it's not very far away. So if this alert goes off, honestly, the first thing I'm going to look at is Phantom. So thank you. Yeah, but I don't have to look at it until I hear a beep. And you could set it on your phone too. So that even if you're away from your computer, you hear a beep, you're like, okay, well, let's either pull over and do this on my phone, or stop what we're doing and go look at Phantom real quick for long. But don't look at it until it. So, the more time you can take your eyes off the chart to do something else, the healthier you'll be, and the better you're going to trade. So those alerts, you use them. You will make more money over time if they are used in that way. All right. But Bitcoin, the bears are scoring all the points right now, everybody. This is getting ready to head down. All right, just added to my position. Why not? Okay. I got my market stop in the same spot. It's in profit, I'm pretty sure. Nope, because, my average entry lowered. So I'm about, after fees, about $12 out of profit. Not bad. Okay, especially for being a $2,500 trade after leverage, which is still not huge. I think this is getting ready to heat up, everybody. There's a small chance that we're getting ready to see something big happen. This is the perfect moment for something big to happen. This is actually really good. We might see like $1,000 1 hour candle. Maybe. This is kind of what it looks like. So this is what so just realize this is a lower high. All of this is a weak lower high. So if a weak lower high, within the guts of it, if you open up that animal of a lower high, now you're looking inside of it, or take the microscope to it and look down, on its scales. If a lower high, which means the pole's already giving up anyway, has a time frame, and at the end of that time frame, when they're already giving up, they give these bulls on the lower time frame give up too. That's a cascade down. And you usually see it, meaning go sideways, and it just gets weaker and weaker. And at the very end, it gets this right here. You're getting all sorts of good nuggets today, everybody. I know I'm kind of rambling today, a little scatterbrained, but I'm like, if you're listening, this is you should capitalize. So after it looks like a horizontal, but at the end, especially after this is the lower high to the previous one. All right. That's the anatomy of this. This is the right shoulder here. And it's like looking at somebody with or actually this is the person's left shoulder because he's looking at us. So yeah, that's our right side, but that's his left. So the left shoulder gets slumpy. Like you get a slumpy left shoulder and within the anatomy of a lower high after it's put in some time. And that's often when shit accelerates. And so now look left. So zoom out, look left. Oops. This is the third. This is second lower high. High, lower high, second lower high. And it's getting slumpy within it. So bull's already slumpy from here. Slumpier, slumpier. But within here itself, it was going sideways and looking good. And now it's slumpy within slumpy. So you're slumpy squared. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but it's going to help you remember. Slumpy shoulder, slumpy squared, whatever. Okay, you know, like the fat man on the trampoline. I do this, I Sesame Street this just so it sticks, like forever. And you can't unsee it. You can't unhear it. But you can definitely think of better analogies for your own brain. Okay. Wow, this really might accelerate everyone. No, that's not $1,000, is it? No, it's 900. Okay, yeah, that'd be right at $1,000. So from 23.5 to 20, yeah, it is $1,000 candle. Yeah, it might be there before tomorrow. You're slumpy squared, so yeah, I'm glad I hit that short. Then I'll add it to my short. Make sure that looks right here. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, do you like apples? Yeah, why? How do you like them apples? There we go. $1,000 candle. Hot damn. So was this slumpy squared also? No way. Look at that. High, lower high. Yeah, it's kind of like it's the third. Yes, it is. It is the same thing. Look. So high, lower high, second lower high. But if you zoom in, this is a lower high this is a lower high within the lower high. Look, so now we'll zoom. So all of this is the lower high. Now watch. This is what's happening. Oh my gosh, it actually could be. I told you this is when it happens. I told you. Look, and can you see a slumpy left shoulder already? Yes, this is so damn convenient. This is happening. Look. Slumpy left shoulder. And it's the second lower high, but it's a lower high within the lower high. This is the lower high. So it's actually a second lower high within a second lower high. So that's like, that was slumpy to the fourth. Probably. That was almost too perfect. Okay, so I don't expect, honestly, the reaction might be identical. But you can see what I'm seeing right now, right? The slumpy, and it's a lower high within a lower high. Yeah, this really could accelerate everybody. And I'm just really glad it's just so recent that the exact setup. And you realize that, you know, what makes this shit happen is just math and algos, like, but it has a human element because it's programmed by people still. And then that might not be true for very much longer. And that might actually already be changing, but it'll always make a pattern no matter what. Because I don't think any profitable strategy can be based off of pure randomness. I don't think that is actually possible. Therefore, there will always be patterns no matter what. So I don't care what the big bad players do with their new fancy AI. I will see it. And I will be waiting. I will be lurking in the corners, hunting their patterns. Now, is this a... All right, this is the Bulls' last chance. I think they have one more chance to actually turn this around, like for tomorrow, having a nice green day. It could happen here. But for every additional last chance, it's a worse and worse chance. So really, this was their chance, but they lost it. So it's even a smaller chance they take this. But at one point, you just realize, okay, there are no more chances. I mean, honestly, I think that was it. But it kind of, this is a pretty big line on a bigger time frame. So if it can pop up here, then honestly, I need to stay away. I need to stay alert of that alert. That alert is in play for sure. Because if they know they're going to run it the opposite way before bad news, then, well, you might as well try to add to longs before you start running it. And then you run it the other way again. A trap before a trap, and then the real direction. That might be what this is. This might be the pre-trap to the trap and then the real move continuation. And that can get violent. Like it can get really violent. And the trap has to break rules. Like, like it has to look bearish. And honestly, it could look just like this. But I still think too many sellers have been invited because of this slumpy left shoulder. I think too many. I don't think this is going to get it, everybody. No, that other one was their last chance. Their chances are over. Because if you were a buyer, why would you defend this? You just wouldn't. You would become a seller. There's no reason to defend this. It's like a lawyer, like, good lawyers that have a lot of clientele and they could be picky. They only choose cases they're going to win. Why don't we do that? And so think about it. If you're a bull, why would you defend this? Like all of this is just a failure pattern on the 1 hour. Yeah, this is getting ready to go. But there is a tiny, tiny, tiny chance this is because perhaps it really was going to go down, but the news on Forex Factory, all this crap that obviously moves markets, they might have just gotten it. And that could make their game plans change on a dime. And so when you have to change on a dime, it really could look like you let the momentum go, it looks normal, and then you hit something obvious, and then you recruit buyers for a while. So actually, if it goes up, it's going to take a minute. It would take at least that, yeah. So I'll know within a half hour. Okay. Well, it'll be a half hour until I know. So I can not even think about this alert in my mind. So I said I need to be alert of my alert, but really I don't need to be alert for 30 minutes. All right. All right. Does anybody else have something? All right, let's do it. I don't really want to do a whole lot more. I need to take a freaking break right now instead of doing like a 2.5 hour rodeo. But if I can leave you with something, honestly, the daily 80 freaking 9 on the US 500. If you need to know what direction crypto is going to go, it's whoever has in recent, on like let's say on a 5-minute chart within one screen, right? So you could don't stretch out your screen like that, but make it fit on the 5-minute. Within one screen on the 5-minute, whoever has the most points, bulls or bears, per the number 8 tutorial video I just released, the point system, because it's superior to closures. Far superior, actually. Whoever has the most points is the right direction. And it isn't necessarily mean that because it's above. It's whoever has the most points. Because this is a point for the bears. That's Fat Man on the trampoline. Per the video, you have to watch it to know what I mean. And the bulls, if we zoom in, I think they scored 0 points there. 0. So when you see this line defended is when Bitcoin will go back up. And that could look like it's in form of, it goes like this. Bounces and then makes a higher low to some previous low. So going below it isn't necessarily bearish either. In this case. Because that is bullish. So everything's got like a context to one zoom out, right? Like whatever you're thinking of on whatever chart, make sure it fits within the narrative of one time frame zoomed out also. And therefore, it's not necessarily above this generally bullish, below it generally bearish. It's not. Because this is bullish, and the bulls will actually have a better chance to get above that line if they can pull back right here and then recruit buyers. It'll be way easier to get above, right? So, but before I leave you with this thought, use the daily 89 on the US 500 responsibly. Don't just say, oh, let's go now because it's below. Remember, actually I would go like this. Take your 45. Look, this might be the chart of truth right here. Boom. Boom. There you go. 39.52 is the top of that rectangle. And honestly, I could just set a freaking alert there. So technically, even though Bitcoin looks way more bearish than this, I mean, Bitcoin could reach down to 21.6 as that happens and then really bounce. And so what's happening is this is a holding pattern. So you can't really tell like up, down, which way, Tim? Well, that's a good question because tomorrow's the numbers. So in holding patterns, you go as far as you have permission without stimulating a trend change, right? Because you need volatility to make money. So if this will not stimulate a trend change and it's the maximum volatility from current price, bots have a reason to bring it exactly there. Exactly to, and that's why this shit works. I mean, it's mostly a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like if humans, for some reason, you know, their charts when they hit, you know, buy and sell with money, if maybe, you know, in some other universe or some other creatures that are intelligent, perhaps maybe several of them within the Milky Way itself, as I mentioned last night on a private call, but maybe theirs are all like this, you know? You never know. But for now, we have our 45s. So keep that line in context with structure at all times. And this is an origin line. So this origin line, this simple tool, this horizontal, and this daily 89 really might be all you need to trade crypto, to know the general direction. It's really unfortunate that I'm saying that. And what makes it unfortunate is because it's true. And I wish Bitcoin would trade just independent of this stuff. But it doesn't. So if you replicate this on this chart and you keep this in context and you look at it maybe on the 5-minute with the MTF EMA of the daily, so it's just an MTF EMA daily 89. And so right now, the bulls have not scored any points. So I don't need to worry about bailing on my shorts until this is here. Now, do I need to consider taking profit on my shorts if this is hit tomorrow and I see price go like react like this, form a base and, you know, start approaching the next horizontal like that? If I see it postured like this, well, then I'll probably just take all profit and get out because it's a higher low. You're getting ready to break a high. You're getting ready to be in a full blown uptrend after a nice bounce. At an origin line, a higher low to an origin line. So this would be my play. And I can tell all of this. Like I can already tell what I would do with my crypto trades based off this chart. Because this moves, like this is what's making me this money. If this chart were going up, Bitcoin would too. So this is what you need to look at. However, there's a chart also that moves this. Technically, you want to know what the master chart is? And I think my team leader, Vic, wanted me to look at this before I got off of there, but I was already a few minutes late. So, Dixie, the one that might be moving everything might be the dollar. So this might be the root of all, you know, quote unquote evil. And if this is in an uptrend, then Bitcoin will go down. So right now, this looks like the stock market. We just saw the fake out. Honestly, I don't think there will be a second fake out. Let me think about this. Hold on. Ooh, I wanted to get off of here, but now I need to. I'm actually planning my what should I do with my open trades? Never turned on my lo-fi music. Probably why I couldn't concentrate. So used to streaming with that noise. That looks pretty freaking bullish. Oh, the weekly 21. That was the big thing on Dixie. Son of a bitch, that's weird. Oh. This. This will decide crypto's direction. So this is the master chart to the master chart. So Bitcoin is like sloppy thirds. That's all you need. Like literally, if I streamed this for everybody, I could say yellow, price above yellow, generally good. Price below yellow, generally bad, because it just got above it. So that is true right now. Like it has to hold on. Right here, it couldn't find its footing. It has to find its footing. Like it is forced to right now. Or this becomes a failure pattern. And you have to bare minimum come down to a 45-degree angle to whatever low is down here. And if it goes below there, it has to hit this to recruit more buyers. So, and that would be a pump on the market and crypto. So this line is all you need. Generally, or if it's below, then it's the opposite of crypto. That's good. Like I will close my shorts. Honestly, I actually would. So I have a new, better rule for myself. Good thing I turned on the music. I think that's what maybe a little too loud. It should be better. There you go. Let's count the points. Before I go, I'm about ready to piss my pants, so. Come on, please be more bullish points. Please be more bullish points. I want crypto to go down. That's neither a samurai sword nor a point for anything. That's you don't see that happen. It just stops on a dime. It's weird. Huh. That's strange. This is the 32nd. So weird. This trades on even lower time frames. What? How low do these bots go? So these bots are just perhaps more sophisticated. Than your Bitcoin bots. Which, I mean, that would make sense because this is the master of the master chart. So it does operate different. That's on the 5 second. Now you can see the rules. Interesting. That's all. Like, there are no bearish points. Yeah, that's one bearish point. I guess it is. That's a fat man on the trampoline. So that's one bearish point. But here's a samurai sword. That's not a point for anybody. But after it came back down and then it couldn't hold its footing, that is a point for them. So to make the gymnast trip is a point for the bears. It's not a full 2 points like a ricochet because you didn't punch anybody in the face and really hurt anybody, but you tripped up your opponent. Let's see here. That is a 1 point trampoline point for the bulls. That's too far away to count. Ooh, the bulls didn't defend it there at all. None. What time was that? This is weird. So, I mean, just realize this is a story. So, samurai sword, both there. That's a point for the bears. That's almost a perfect 2 points. But it's only one because it didn't quite hit it perfectly. So it's like a weak ricochet. Another point for the bears. That's a trampoline one. Even though it didn't get continuation, I mean, they tripped them up. It got above, and the bears tripped the bulls. So the bulls, like, have a trampoline. They're bouncy. Like, no, trampoline's bad. They're doing their flip in the air to land on the pad, and you make them, like, trip. essentially. They still ended up standing up. They didn't break any ankles and go to the hospital, right? That would be like a ricochet, that you're hurting some. That's the battle. But you tripped them up. So 1 point for the Bears, another point for the Bears. Okay. So when are the Bulls going to score? That's a point for the Bulls. Bears, honestly. Oh, wait, what's all this? Still not very bullish, though. Oh, okay, it does come back. I was going to say, you have to come back and score points. It can't stay up there. Exactly what I just went in that video. Remember, I anticipated, hey, because it didn't score any points, that's the 10th place guy, right? Who's drinking champagne in that meme. So you have to come back and score some points. Yeah, so higher lows, scored some points. Okay. Gave it up. Man, this is actually pretty indecisive. The Bears are technically winning here, which would be moderately bullish for Bitcoin. I'm going to be unbiased. The Bears are scoring a lot more points. The Bulls aren't scoring any points. Okay, now I'm kind of shocked. Perhaps because it isn't behaving the way I wanted it to. And when you have those moments, you just got to realize what you want does not matter. Like, if you're on the wrong side and you see evidence, then just go to the right side. It's not difficult. Just switch. And I'm almost to that point. Man. They're not scoring any points. What is going on here? This is really weird. Maybe it's a different story. Maybe that's too low. Huh? Oh, what is this line? Oh, the Bulls were scoring points on this. Okay. And they just let the Bears have this because... So we're at the culmination. So honestly, the Bulls are not in control over this. They're only in control over this, and now they're touching. So this is going to be an explosive. Wow, we're going to see some volatility. Holy fuck. This is going to go... This might be monodirectional. And so all of that, I had to see the story that the candles were telling me, the micro candle ricochets. And now that I know the story, now I can already tell tomorrow should be pretty violent. It has to be. This is the master of masters chart. The gentleman of gentlemen's. Like, no, that's not a good one. This is the master chart. And yeah, that is weird. The Bears are in control of this, and the Bulls are in control of this, and they are touching. So, I don't know if that happens very often. It's almost like this was planned. Because, I mean, look at this. Hold on. This is something weird is about. Or no, I wanted to practice chess. But this is, hold on. I'm missing something, and tomorrow's gonna be volatile. So, yeah. What is that shape? I don't see that very often. The dollar moves. I need to study Bitcoin. That very often. On this time frame. On the 1 hour it does. But on the 1 minute, that's not as common. This does a little bit. What am I missing? What is there news? Hold on. I'm gonna look on another. So Florida still fighting with. Financial. If these are the headlines, then there's nothing. So this is the calm before the storm. What am I missing? Maybe I'm missing a cross. Here. All right, there's something getting ready to happen. I have to take a pee break. So there's, hold on, maybe. So this doesn't look like just a holding pattern because this shape just doesn't happen. Even on this chart very often, it's not the same as this. Like you would see more of this shape if this were a holding pattern because holding patterns before these economic events happens constantly. So it's not a holding pattern. What the hell is that? It's clearly planned. Let's go on. I'm hunting for the same shape, so I'm processing a lot of information at once. So, looks like. Close, but that's 2 round. Bitcoin doesn't do that either. Huh. That's really quite round. Huh. That really doesn't happen on Bitcoin. Man, this moves way differently. It looks like this. Here, I'm gonna. looks like this, and that was right before volatility. What was on? Okay, so let's actually just mark this off like this. So it is a holding. It's just a pattern. Use a lot. Like they booked that. How far back are we? We're only back. Yeah, we're back 2 months. That's probably good for the fight. Okay, so it happened like 3 times in 2 months. Let's say 1 to 2 times a month. Zoom out. Okay, where's my vertical line? Oh, you son of a bitch. Don't tell me. Oh, was it right here? I'm actually a little bummed that line. It's maybe just hidden. That's before increased. Yeah, it's happened. Yeah. It's just not super common, and it could explode from right here. So Bitcoin is popping up a little bit, yeah, and then. But I already know the bulls aren't going to be recruited. Which means this is the dip down. This honestly, I think this could be the dip. Man, I think it's getting ready to do that fractal, the bigger fractal that I took. We could be watching it happen right now. And again, when I say that, I don't think it's like necessarily 50% chance, but it is definitely a strong double digits. We're getting ready to watch some big candles fly. So I can smell volatility. I can't see it though. I can. Well, actually, I can. I can smell it. It's in the air. What fractal was that from? Ah, it's from that. Okay, I see. Shh. Because the algos do the same thing. Like, they just repeat their functions. This is a little bit different so far. Something's getting ready to happen. What? I'm missing something. There has to be something getting ready to happen. I can see it in the charts. Is somebody leaving a comment? Because if you know, then please tell me. This is a moment I can see news in the charts. This doesn't happen like this very often. And this is pretty clear. Salesforce loan presentation. So Dow Jones rallied. It should go. Okay, so in earning, but we're supposed to have a bad earning season. Salesforce. I don't know. The bullish news on Yahoo Finance probably that also means it's bearish. Like I started seeing headlines about, the expert says the bear market's over. I'm like, they only publish that before they drop it. Because we already know politicians and national media are a revolving door. It's one and the same. One is the voice of the other. Kind of works the same way with the finance side as well. It's kind of connected in there as well. So they can have interest with timing of news. Okay, there's so earnings, Costco confident. Let's go earnings. Okay. Like maybe Tesla and Apple are doing their earnings tomorrow. There's something out there. Three. No big names tomorrow. Wait, no, I was looking at the wrong one. Next week, Apple. So, yeah, Saudi Aramco, however you pronounce that. Big company. No, it's not the earnings. This is really bugging me. Is it this number? They're scared it's going to bounce back into bad territory. I think that's what's getting ready to happen. I think they're going to see that the efforts to fight inflation just took a turn in the wrong direction. I think that's what's... So if it comes out tomorrow greater than 54.5, or, well, it's got to be a lot greater. If it's like 58 or 59 or something, that's kind of what the charts are saying is getting ready to happen. Because if the actual comes out bigger forecast, it's good for currency, and what's good for currency would be bearish for the market. That you can get fake outs for like up to 2 or 3 days in the wrong direction, but so above 50 means the industry's still expanding, and if Jerome Powell can't get it below 50, that means he's got to get more hawkish. He's got to raise rates, and people would start selling the stock rally huge, and that would send the stock market tumbling. All right, how low have we gotten? Oh, right, getting conclusions. Hasn't even gotten it below, so it's almost like we're gonna use his where we want to be below as support. That's like a slap in the face. That might be what's getting ready to happen. And that's why it's not in the news. Does that make sense? So maybe okay. So my best guess of seeing news in the charts before it's actually news. So this would be awesome. Because there is a decent chance that what I'm saying is accurate. I think so. If you are at 50, like the industry, even if you're climbing down to it, the industry's still expanding. The industry's still expanding. The industry's still expanding. The industry's still expanding, and Jerome Powell doesn't to not expand. Well, we've been fighting it, and we're actually like we're gonna stop fighting so hard, right? Because we did a good job. We got it almost down to where it's not expanding, but the whole fucking time it's still expanding, right? That's what's happening. But what I think is getting ready to happen is the data is gonna suggest it's like this. And not only is this like being above here at all is unacceptable because the measures like are taken, it's supposed to be lower. And the American economy and kind of the global economy for the most part, but especially the American economy is like, screw you. We are like, it's like somebody is has this with a rope or a lasso, right? And you're down here tugging the shit out of this lasso. You're down here, get down here. And it just won't come down. And it's getting ready. And so what's getting ready to happen, if this analogy is right, is this is getting ready to make this guy go up. And this guy's going to go, it's going to pull him up. Like getting taken away by a kite. Okay. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. I think this is, and so that's what the, so where's FMOC? Hold on. Now I gotta put my tinfoil hat on. Testifies? What the fuck does that mean? Why do we have to use such weird words? Use words that we use. Oh. Oh, okay. That is, so it's him speaking and it's a big deal, but it's not FOMC. That's Tuesday, March 7th. So, okay. Tuesday. So they, what is this? What does Bitcoin do? Bitcoin's not going up. What? This is so weird. Something weird is getting ready to happen. Even the charts are doing backward shit. I think it's bait. And the people who know it's bait are not buying Bitcoin as they should be because they're the ones making this happen. And they're also the people who buy and sell, like they understand the buying and selling of Bitcoin and rock and roll. So this looks like it's, damn, it's going down pretty far to be big. It doesn't act, it's a pretty big bait. It's almost unnecessary. Because after a certain point, your hook gets too big. It is at that point. Maybe this whole damn Bitcoin's getting, maybe this is a bear trap. Yeah, I need to make sure I'm not being biased. This might be a bear trap on markets. Hold on. That would make sense. So Bitcoin is above that point of control, and it is above this quarter line. So that checks out. Shit, I might close my shorts. Even if this is going to just be an aggressive fake out to the upside, I mean, Oh, I want to get out now and enter. Let's look at Tesla. Because whoever's moving this shit is going, they're going to leave a clue somewhere. There will be crumbs. I just need to find them. Is this an origin like this? Okay. What's that? Oh. Oh, well, fuck. That wasn't bad TA there. That wasn't bad. That was really good timing. So I made that here. Interesting. Yeah, so it took 7 days. Actually, no. That is 10 days. Well, what am I thinking? That's the lower high. It's 12 days. And it came down and broke lows. Interesting. But could that be a bullish pullback, making this a perfect trap for micro crackheads like me? Micro time frame. I'm looking for clues by seeing how price historically interacts with this line. Like, what's its approach, right? If it's, if it's like a bird, like how does that bird land? Or how does that bird hunt? Some dive in the water, right? Or, eagles or falcons or predator birds, or what's the right name for it? Raptors. They'll come at a big angle, go at the very end. Like how does this do this, right? And then I want to see, and then I want to know, okay, well, what is price doing now? And then I find that in the past, and if there's a pattern, then that's probably what's going to happen. So it did hit a perfect freaking origin line. This is V-shaped though. However, Tesla did have an interesting situation where probably from here to here probably wouldn't have happened without Elon's personal other business stuff. So that makes sense. That reaction is valid. Like I actually would, so typically I would say this makes a weak ankle, but this is okay. So we're looking at like, so honestly, this looks like it's failing this line. But as long as it is above here, actually parallel to that, so it's actually still fine. No cookie crumbs there because it's in a void. Like it could be either. Salesforce. Shit. What's the I don't know. What an investment this would have been. Holy shit. What an insanely good run. That is one of the best charts I've ever seen. Fucking it. Huh. That is incredible. Wow. And it did an IPO at, well, as long as, wait, does it actually go back farther? Yeah, it IPO'd at the so just like Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. And this is not bullish. That is just a bearish retest. So I think it's a trap to the upside, which means you have to have a downside move on Dixie, and you have to recruit buyers somewhere obvious like that trend line. And the reason why Bitcoin and the US 500 did not go up when it almost always would, you almost never see that happen. This drops so violently and the markets don't move. It's because part of the same folks who are dropping this are also people whose purchasing power would make stocks go up at the same time, but they already know they're going to drop stocks, so why would they buy them as this goes? Therefore, since it's similar groups of people, if not overlap, same, that's the only way that this could be happening. So this is going to blast up. We're getting ready to see some volatile downside is my theory. This is tinfoil TA in this, very tinfoil TA. So I went to label what I'm doing right now. So for example, if I end up being right about this, okay, it's kind of cool that I saw it, but I'm definitely not leaving this this live chat knowing that that's what's going to happen. It's just, I think I smell it. I smell something. I think this is what it is, but I'm not confident that I'm identifying what it is very well. I could actually be, but what I do think I smell 100% for sure is volatility. So volatility is getting ready to happen on Friday, but it kind of looks like it could be bi-directional, which is why I'm getting these weird signals. And why everything feels so weird, because it's going to be very volatile, but it will be in both directions. Therefore, there's a lot of sorting out to do right now. It's kind of, that might be one interpretation of why the charts are acting so funky. So with my tinfoil TA, don't just be shorting into oblivion without stops or anything like that. This is tinfoil. There's something strange in the air, but keep an eye out on, honestly, keep an eye out on Dixie. Maybe set an alert right at, as if it goes down much farther than 104, zoom out. Yeah, you can't take out many more lows. 104.77. If it goes below there, then honestly, the markets probably are going to blast up tomorrow, even if that is a fake out. But fake outs, you want to trade in the direction of the fake out at first. You don't just want to like short into it. You want to trade up with a fake out before the right move down. So, shit. So what I could do on this master chart is I could say to myself, well, I have my trigger to get out of my shorts on alts on Bitcoin, but I can potentially front run that signal before this goes off, because if Dixie starts giving me signals, then that will kick Bitcoin that direction and then send me that signal. So I'm getting the signal before the signal on Dixie, similar to how I think we just went over in the micro candle ricochets. So I have my tinfoil TA. The only thing I feel fairly certain about or very confident about is volatility tomorrow. Be safe. Like I said, I'm walking away. If I get stopped out completely, like everything goes up, I will be break even. Double check my stops before I walk away. Very good habit. Profit, okay, 4.2. Profit, 466, so roughly $9 so far. Boom, okay, and loss of roughly $9. So if everything blasts up, my account is protected. However, I'm not going to race to close this because my tinfoil TA says it's going to heat up, right? So tinfoil TA is kind of valuable here for me, because if I just got a whiff of something that's true, even though I don't feel confident about it, like, you know, otherwise I probably would have started taking half profit or something, right? So I'm going to keep them all open as is, knowing that if it is bi-directional volatility, yeah, I'm forfeiting this $130, but in locking in the $130 now, how much would I be forfeiting? A lot more, actually. Yeah, the opportunity cost of closing it, I think, is greater because I'm stopping my losses at 0. So I don't have to worry about losses, but the opportunity cost. Yeah, the opportunity cost is way too big. So it's a lot bigger than 100. What was that? 80. Yeah, almost exactly $100. That's kind of interesting. Wait. No, it's 110. I can't even do math right. Yeah, it's closer to 110. And if it heats up, this will these will be like 3 and 4 times the amount it is now. But should I lock in the third? I'm trying to prove myself wrong. I'm trying to mathematically figure out. I'm trying to convince myself to close them, but I can't do it. I'm trying to think of what would have to happen. Not just on a weird basis, but something that's fairly common. What situation that I know happens in price would make it so that it makes sense? Like I'm close to a 50-50. Like it's 50% likelihood that it's better to close them all right now. I'm not even getting anywhere close to 50. Because my stops are at break even. Risk-free trades right before volatility. So if it spikes up before I go, you just can't trade that, and that's part of the game. But why would I close them right? But yeah, there's no way I'm closing them. All right, cool. I'm out. I know exactly how much I'll lose if I'm pretty sure the pressure's down. But even if it spikes up, or I'm just wrong, which happens a lot. That's why I use stops. I will lose this much money. So if you are doing everything, check your stops before you leave your computer. That would be the thing to